Okay, so let me see if I can do this. All right, we are, I'm literally talking to myself. Literally talking to myself because I do not know if this is working. Hello. Oh, I'm gonna close that out. Can you hear me? Oh my diddly days. That is crazy. Please tell me you can hear me. Please tell me you can hear me. Okay, great. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was Mercury that was saying, listen, Jimmy, like I'm just gonna give you I'm gonna give you one last curveball to work with. Um I hope everyone's been, I don't know. Has anyone else had a Mercury retrograde this strong? This like I always laugh it off. I always laugh it off. You have to. You have to. But anyway, I'm so glad that y'all made it. I'm so sorry that that happened, and what a crazy experience doing this live. I think we tried this too. We tried this with Alex. We're bringing her on that guest live stream, and I don't think you could see her or hear her. Oh, this was a Mercury retrograde today. Mercury was really, he's up there. He's having a great time. He's having a great time. So again, sorry about that. That happened, and but we're here now, and I don't even know what to do at this point. We were talking about manifestation. I'm gonna let more people in because I think people are just getting their messages, but um so does anybody have any fun stories to tell me about their Mercury retrograde moments that have happened and how they're overcoming it? Mercury has been, again, it's not just Mercury; it's a lot of other aspects that are happening. But that's why I called it like this cosmic storm that we're leaving now. Okay, that we're leaving, which is going to be very nice when we're oh Mercury. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Just to recap, we talked about Mars and Cancer. Remember, that's going to be 2 months for y'all. Mars and Cancer. I talk more about it in your weekly forecast, but it's going to be for 2 months, and then something January, February. You're going to come back to. That's happening in September, October. Emotional growth. Okay, emotional growth. Emotions can be a little bit heightened around that time, but the big thing is like this manifestation. How I wanted to talk to you about manifestation because we do have a new moon in Virgo coming up. And I know with new moons, we all want to manifest. We always want to set intentions. I really use the word manifest. I think that it's such a broad term. And that's why I want to just let you know what it actually is and how you can use it to your advantage and how it can actually work. Okay. So we talked about how it is going back to hermetic principles. The best thing to think is like as above, so below, right? That is what you want to do. Like everything is of the mind, and the cosmos is conscious, and you are the cosmos. Like I say it all the time. Like the universe did not create us; we create the universe. You can create your reality. And so I did say show up for yourself because that is the biggest thing. When I say show up for yourself, make time for yourself. And a lot of that is going to be very crucial in terms of manifesting because you really want to set those intentions. And there's a difference between saying things and actually feeling it, which I'm going to talk about. But I do state that, wait, is everybody here? I'm going to let a couple more people in because I know that. So remember what I said. Manifestation is all about using your thoughts to shape the reality that you already are, that you already have. Okay. Being in touch with that. physical mind, higher mind. um Summer, you said your entire bank account was wiped out due to a hacker. Oh my goodness, it took 10 days to get your money back from the bank. Happened at the beginning of the retrograde. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you got it back. That happened to me. It's happened to me a couple times, unfortunately. And it's just, I always see it as this refresh, this reboot. Okay, like now I'm aware of this. I'm putting energy into this. And it's setting up this new cycle. But yeah, Mercury retrogrades can do that. But in the process, like you learn something. There's something that you're learning from it. Remember, Mercury is the mind, right? Mercury rules the mind and intellect and communication and whatnot. But I'm glad that that's done. uh Emotions Oracle tarot card readings, a lot of emails not gone through. Yeah, that's ooh. So yes, once we move past this retrograde, all your emails are going to go through. You're going to be there, and it's going to be a lot of energy picking up, a lot of communication. Remember, Venus and Libra. Venus is social, Libra is social. That is going to be a lot of communication happening. Congrats on 190,000. Thank you so much. It's so funny. One thing that I get really, I'll talk about this. I'll talk about manifestation because that's, maybe I'll get thrown in the story and like how I started this channel. And I just felt that it was going to go somewhere, but I went an entire year of doing these readings, 12 readings a week after work, where I would be lucky to get maybe 100 views of video, but that's 100 people that I was having an impact on. And, like I said, like I get so excited to do your readings after work. And sometimes on the weekends, like, because I won't have time, especially with Ruby and everything that's been happening with her. And she's been doing physical therapy and vet visits and whatnot. But anyway, so it really is believing. It's believing, knowing that you're going to get to a point. And it's sometimes it is a little daunting because I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. And so, but either way, it's I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so let me continue here. You're all made of energy. You know that, right? You're all made of energy. You're all frequency. It's these. I talked about law of attraction. That's frequency. That's vibrating at a high frequency to attract the things that you already are, the things that you already have, bringing it into your physical reality. Okay. And part of that is removing or working with those energies, those low frequency energies that are blocking that, where it is self-doubt, it's impatience, lack of confidence, or some things that I talked about, but explore why. And that's something that I do. If I do feel a little bit of doubt, if I feel a little bit of, lack of confidence, I explore it. Like, well, why am I thinking this way? It's because a lot of it's linked to your subconscious about experiences that you've had in the past. And that's why we say breaking these patterns, because it's patterns that are repeating over and over again. And so you already have an assumption how something's going to turn out. But again, you can change your reality. You can absolutely change reality on that. I think the biggest thing here is knowing, again, that, oh gosh, without getting too meta, everything that you're seeking, everything that you want is already happening. And that's part of removing those doubts, because it's believing. That's the biggest thing. You have to believe that everything's going to happen because they're already happening. All right. I think I talked about this one of your one of the live streams in the past, how belief is translated biochemically. I talked about this, but you have the power to choose. You have the power to create your reality. And when you choose those higher frequencies of love and compassion and gratitude, you are vibrating at this high frequency. Okay. It really is. I think that patience is one of the biggest keys, because sometimes when you're trying to manifest something that you want and it doesn't happen right away, you keep doing it and you manifest on a daily basis, there gets a point where you, again, those subconscious patterns could come up where it's like, well, things have happened faster in the past for me, or just be and just know it's going to happen, and have that self-belief, and it will happen. And it is, and I can give you so many examples of how these have happened, but I do want to bring it down to the basics when you're manifesting, and then I'll tell you like the biggest thing that does help. Okay, first thing is visualizing. All right, please spend time visualizing exactly what you want. All right, I think that is going to be the biggest thing that helps you get exactly what you want when you're manifesting. And it can be anything from like whether you're thinking about you're manifesting like a soulmate or the perfect dream job, or even getting out of a situation that you no longer want to be in. You've got to visualize it. Okay, we can talk about visualization in a very spiritual context, but again, just like energy, which is quantum physics, you can talk, I mean, there's a neuroscience behind it. When you visualize, you're activating those neural pathways. Okay, so you're in your brain, obviously, as real. So real experiences, you're building these neural pathways to create this reality, and then it increases your confidence, and you no longer have self-doubt or disbelief. Okay, I think that was there's a story, I don't know if you heard about this, but uh I think it was Jim Carrey. It was Jim Carrey who would write himself a check every night for $10 million. And then I think it was 3 or 4 years later, he was making $10 million. There you go. And so that's what I'm talking about, patience. You've got to have that patience. The things that you want will happen. Some things are on a different timeline. You've got to merge your reality with the timeline that you want for yourself. But be patient, knowing that it's going to happen. Okay. I think that, it happened for me. I've talked about this before. I've had vision boards. I've used vision boards. It doesn't matter. And again, it does not matter how old you are. You can be 70, you can be 50, you can be 20. Vision boards help that visualization process. And I used to do vision boards when I was younger, and I still do. And it's fun creating them because it's that action that you're taking. You're already shifting those neural pathways, right? So having a vision board, the things that you want. I did the same thing. I wrote how much money I wanted to make as a salary on a check, and I put it on that vision board. I put the type of relationship that I wanted, there was a place that I wanted to travel to. I put that on the vision board, everything that I wanted. Within 2 years, all of it accomplished. And the trick, I've talked about the trick to the vision board, putting it in your bedroom. Okay, put it in your bedroom. The first thing that you see when you wake up is your vision board. It's set. It does so much for you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It puts you on that path already. And it's that repetitive, it's that pattern, right? So you're removing those older patterns and putting yourself, creating this new pattern for yourself. It's the same thing when you go to bed at night. All right, when you go to bed at night, you are seeing that vision board, and so it is literally the last thing that you see. And I talked about this when you're sleeping, that moment, right, when you drift between conscious to unconscious, you're disconnecting with your conscious. Your brain is still active. It's still working. It's still functioning. It moves in a state we call theta, THETA. You can send messages to your subconscious. So everything that's in your vision board, when you're going to sleep, that's the last thing your conscious is translating. It's communicating with your subconscious. Again, you are making room for this new reality that you want and releasing those old patterns. Okay. So really get in the habit of, when I say visualizing, literal, literal. Okay. Even, writing down affirmations. I prefer images. Okay. I prefer images. If you want to write it down, you can write it down. Okay. Sticky notes. All right. I think that I mentioned this as well. I have on my phone. You know how I don't I think it's on any phone. You have like messages and reminders and notes that can pop up. You can schedule it. All right. So I have messages that pop up throughout the day. Okay. And sometimes twice a week. But a lot of it is just things that remind me to be aware in the moment, to not stressing, worrying. I say this in your readings all the time. When was the last time stressing or worrying did anything for you at all? And so there are going to be moments. I mean, we are human beings. This is life. We're on this planet to have human experiences that do involve challenges. And sometimes we can be removed from, being within our heart and mind in this environment where our brain considers it as stress. And so I actually have reminders on my phone that says, don't stress. Water flows. Water flows. There's no need. Like, what is that going to do for you? And it helps. And it helps so much because in that moment, I realized, okay, I just got caught away for a second. And even if I'm not stressing, I'll still get the pop up. And I'm like, okay, there's a great reminder. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's very helpful. Visualization, really putting yourself in that mindset. It's going to be really good for you. It's going to be very helpful for you. So, any questions about that? About vision boards? And I know that it's you can just call them visual exercises as well. You can call them vision projects, but that is one of the biggest keys to manifestation. It really is. It really is. Bring everything that you're seeing into your reality, and your brain is going to process it. Your higher mind's going to process it, and it again makes you more confident and more calm about knowing that things are going to happen. Okay. Now the other thing is, remember what I said earlier. Manifestation is all about using your thoughts to shape the reality that you already have. Everything is existence. And again, I'm going to simplify this because I don't want to get too everything's already happening for you. I think I mentioned this in one of the past live streams. The past, present, future are all happening right now at the same time, simultaneously. So your reality, the things that you want are already happening. And so what's the reason why that you're manifesting is because you want to get closer and closer to that reality. All right. So it's removing that blockages, but knowing that they're happening. And so when you manifest, this is the biggest key of all. It's being in the present. It's having awareness of it. You're putting yourself on that timeline. So again, like whether you are manifesting, like, I want to meet my soulmate, or I want to open up my own business, or I want to retire in Costa Rica. That's already happening for you. And that's why I'm talking about belief. You have to believe, because with that self-doubt, it's going to make all of everything that's already happening for you harder. It's like you are drifting from the timeline that you're already on. And so it's being aware and having that gratitude. So let's say the soulmate, or opening up your business, okay, or retiring in Costa Rica. We're just going to use those as examples. When you manifest, you don't say, I want to meet my soulmate, or please let me meet my soulmate, or I need to open this business, or please let me retire in Costa Rica. When you say it that way, when you think it that way, you're giving energy to the fact that you don't have it. Remember, everything is made of energy. And so when you flip it and say, I am so grateful that I'm meeting my soulmate soon. I'm so excited to open the business that's been my dream. I'm excited that's going to happen. I'm so excited to retire in Costa Rica. Thank you, universe. I am so grateful for you putting this in my reality. That is manifestation. That is manifestation, not needing, not hoping it happens. Again, you're getting energy to saying that it doesn't exist. Okay, so remember, it is being aware that it's already happening for you. You are on that timeline. You are creating your reality. You're sending a signal to the universe with that gratitude, with that compassion, with that awareness, with that love, high frequency energies that are going to be sent back down to you, okay? To create the reality that already exists for you. And again, when you have those moments of, oh, I've been manifesting this for a year, 2 years, now I'm getting frustrated, then you got to start over. You got to start over. You got to build, those blockages have come back, and it's that subconscious that has put you back on, put a boulder in your path. And so again, you have to have that confidence that everything is already happening for you. That's the key to manifestation. That's how Jim Carrey, 3 years, every day, 365 days in a year, 3 years. I think it was 3 years, 3 or 4 years, a check every night it happened. Okay. So having that patience, and it's the same thing with me. When I did my vision board, I wasn't saying, okay, this needs to happen at this time. I'm going to make this much money by this time. I just know that they're going to happen. And I'm reminding myself every day, and I'm giving gratitude every day. Thank you, universe, this is what I'm excited that I'm going to make this much money. I'm excited that I'm going to go here. That I think it was, I forget what it was. I think it was like Hong Kong or something. There was a destination I really wanted to go to that. Anyway, all of it happened within 2 years. Okay. So it is having that patience and knowing that everything's going to happen, continuing to vibrate at this very high frequency. All right. Because it will happen. You just have to believe it will happen. When you have that belief, you have that confidence, you're on your path. You're on your path, and you've got to feel it. That's the other thing. You've got to feel it. All right. So again, a difference between manifesting, let's say this new moon coming up, right? This new moon that's happening on September 2nd. I would say set intentions, because it's opening up a portal for you. Really strong energy where, things are happening for you with this new moon. Any new moon for that matter, by the way. There's a difference between saying, having that moment of like, okay, new moon, I want to meet my soulmate. This is going to happen. I've written it down. There's a difference between that and actually feeling it in your soul, feeling it in your body, again, vibrating at this high frequency to the point of tears. There are times where I've manifested where I've just been so strongly in the moment that I've cried, so grateful that it's going to happen. And guess what? They have happened. So again, it is knowing that anything that you can have, I say that all the time, you can have anything you want. You create your reality. All right. So it's a matter of continuing to know that you can create this reality for yourself that already exists. It's clearing those blockages. And also, crystals do work. Crystals do work. If anybody is, I would go out there, I would get some crystals. I think that a really good place, I know a lot of people ask me, the place is local in your neighborhood. There's one a couple blocks away from me in Brooklyn, a crystal shop. And they know so much about crystals. Anyone who opens up a shop selling crystals that they know everything about crystals, you're getting the real thing. And again, look around, see what resonates with you the most. I mean, I switch crystals around all the time, but they are like I said, everything is made of energy. They conduct energy, and this is like, sometimes you can just look at it, and sure, it may look like a little rock and a little whatever, but they have so much energy. They have so much energy. You can use it as a conductor. there's a big, there's a big difference when I meditate without a crystal and then with a crystal. Okay. So, and again, I switch them up. I like, I think I mentioned quartz is the most common, but there's this purity to it that I love, like clear quartz. But crystals have been used. I mean, if you're into tarot, if you're into astrology, any form of divination, you know that crystals are all in the same. It's ancient civilizations, back to the Sumerians, the first, right? Well, since the last ice age, the Sumerians, Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Mayans, they all used crystals. They all use crystals. Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, all of this. I mean, crystals have been used for thousands of years for a reason. So, especially with like holistic practices as well as like sound, vibration, frequency. So I would look into it. They really do help. And, again, it's the act of really setting this time for yourself, showing up for yourself, knowing that the things that you want to manifest are happening already. You're on that timeline. All right. It's just a matter of not putting anything to all that, low frequency energies that make are blocks your path a little bit. Like I said, that boulder. Even if you think about it, like let's say you're at like a 10 in terms of like frequency, you're vibrating high frequency, you're at a 10, and everything you want is right here, so you're attracting it. Well, when you start to like doubt yourself or question things or start not having confidence, look how further away you get away from what's already happening for you. So you always want to vibrate at this high frequency. And the biggest thing is knowing that it's happening. And again, it's all about the mindset too and the intentions. So the biggest takeaway, not saying, oh, I need to meet my soulmate, or I hope this happens for me, because then you're giving energy to the fact that it doesn't exist. Your soulmate doesn't exist. The business that you want to open may not happen. You've got to be confident and say, thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Whoever, whatever it is. I have so much gratitude that this is happening for me in my life. And I know it's going to happen. Do anybody have any questions? Oh my gosh. I think I just went on for... That's my Gemini rising, y'all. That's my Gemini rising. And I'm so glad that y'all are all here. I'm just looking over the chat now. I'm like, okay, everyone can hear me. I'm so glad. Does anybody have any questions? Tammy, you said what crystal is good for transformation? Listen, again, everyone resonates differently. I know a lot of people that work in my space that different, it's really whatever resonates with you. It's really, so that's why I say it's really good to go to a crystal shop, or even going on, even like Etsy. So if you go on Etsy, there's a lot of great crystal shop people or owners who, the crystals, they'll name it. They'll even, have really, long descriptions of it, photos of it, videos of it. See what resonates. They'll tell you what they're, commonly used for, what they're known for, especially, holistically. And that's, it's all, and that's why I don't I'll tell you what, like, I love that. It's everyone's different. And it's really what resonates with you. Really what resonates with you. Okay, so any other questions that wow, okay. Emotions, oracle tarot card readings. EOTCR. I'm just calling you EOTCR. Your infrared sauna is laced with jade and obsidian because they conduct energy so much. I love that. I love that. And that's really great. Well, I love infrared saunas, but I love it when you go to like a spa and there is that crystal in the corner. Really nice, really nice. Denise, you said you can amp up the impact of the crystal by placing on one of your chakra during meditation. Obsidian in your heart or third eye chakra is great for amplifying intuition. Absolutely, absolutely, 1,000%. I often meditate with a crystal right here. Okay. Literally, I will like lay down and I'll have my feldspar like on my forehead. But it just depends. Like there's, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, but it's absolutely true. And you will feel the energy, and I feel like that's what I mean, Tammy, by saying uh for transformation, really feel it. Like sometimes you can feel a crystal and you just feel that surge of energy right away, but sometimes you feel one and makes like a crystal make you feel this sense of calm and peace. Like I would definitely go explore. There's so many great ones out there. um Bucci, you asked, what do you think about subconscious trauma is in a childhood versus or interference with paths, astronomy, different kinds of healing. Uh, what do you think? Okay, so what do you think about subconscious trauma in childhood or childhood trauma versus interference with paths, astronomy, different kinds of healing? I'm not sure if I understand your question, Bucci, but um, here's the thing. So I just did a reading for someone yesterday, and so I'll bring this up. In our charts, we have Chiron. We know about Chiron. I did a live stream, briefly talking about Chiron, which is in, everybody's charts. Chiron is the wounded healer. It goes all the way back to childhood. And those are some energies, and everybody has Chiron in their chart somewhere. Okay. So no one's singled out so everybody has work and healing to do in a different area of their life that if you want to think about past lives as well, you can do that as well. But anyway, there's everyone has had something that has had an impact on them subconsciously when they were young, and that is your physical mind as well. It comes into your physical mind. It's you're young, you don't know what it is. And so when you get older, you become braver in terms of going back to some of those experiences. And sometimes you have no idea why you're a certain way, why you're, responding a certain way or feeling a certain way that makes you feel low energy frequencies. But when you meditate, a lot of it goes back to childhood, and you will see that and you feel that and you understand that. And it's working with those energies. And sometimes it can be like throughout your lifetime, but when you work with those energies, it actually feels good because you're healing. You're constantly self-healing. You're healing others around you as well. So I don't want anyone to think that it's always like a bad thing or like, oh my gosh, this is a blockage, because it gives you this chance to heal and work with these energies. When you do that, you become more grateful and compassionate and more aware. Okay. um so I don't know if I answered your question, but I hope that was close enough to it. um okay, so Summer, you said, that was beautifully said, Jimmy. Well, thank you. I have lots of manifested goals and experiences as a result of the progress and principles you shared. Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm so happy. I'm glad. I am most grateful to the universe for all things. Yes, yes. It is that gratitude. It is that gratitude, that love. That is what heals. That is the core of everything. Why we're here, right? That is, you want to vibrate at that frequency. You start to realize the reality that you're in, and what's coming. And it's such a great feeling. It's such a great feeling. It really is. I mean, that's why I try to bring up gratitude all the time in your readings, is just so you're aware and constantly aware. And it is gratitude and love, again, just high frequency energies. Really, it works wonders. It works wonders. And you can go through experiences that are really strong. And I know that a lot of people are right now, especially with the Saturn squares. So the Saturn squares are really strong, and they're really strong energies, the Saturn oppositions, especially with that cosmic storm. Some people may have been going through experiences for a long time now, but if you start, for instance, let's talk about Ruby. Let's talk about my beautiful pup, Ruby, who has been having her hip issues, the herniated discs, all of that since April, May, June, July, August. We're moving into September. It's been 6 months now. And this is something that, the neurologists and everyone that she saw, all the experts, the vets, she's gone through so much different types of care. But I've always stayed at this high frequency because it is me having this gratitude that she has the opportunity to heal, that she's still happy that she gets to go out there and explore, sniff the earth, go to the river and get some TREATS. And then it's also me being there for her as well, keeping at a high frequency, because because yes, that is for anyone who has experienced anything. And it doesn't even have to be a dog. It can be a family member, it can be a lover, a partner, it can be your neighbor, whoever it is. If you've experienced it where someone's going through something really challenging and it's part of your life and it's having an impact on your life, if you get frustrated, if you start feeling down, when you start lowering your frequencies, then you start tapping into that subconscious energy. Then you start putting these roadblocks in front of yourself, and then you stop being there for others. So you always want to continue vibrate at this high frequency, and that's what I'm doing with Ruby. It has been a journey, but again, and you can say, and say it's like positivity or however you would explain it, but this is me just showering so much love, okay, and being grateful that she is healing and getting better, okay. All right, anybody have any? Robin, you have a nice selenite I was gifted. Oh, wonderful, I love it. Panaham. Your rising is, oh wow, you okay, 29 Virgo. There you go, critical degree. You're really going to feel this new moon, okay? But also, and this is for everybody too, but obviously you're going to feel this the most with your rising at such a critical degree. That's strong. So Virgo is all about service to others. Now, it is something that I've, and this is a great lead in into closing this with y'all. Service to others. Remember how I just said being there for others, showing up for yourself. When you show up for yourself, you show up for others. Virgo season. We just moved into Virgo season. We have this new moon in Virgo coming up. Virgo, and I talk more about this in your weekly forecast, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's known for service to others. So you're going to feel a lot of that energy, especially with Mars moving into Cancer, where it's all about loved ones, your family. It's the people, that your squad, whoever it is, a lot of emotional growth with them, for them. But service to others. Are y'all familiar with the law of one? Anybody here familiar? Is there anybody familiar with that? There is this component. It's. I'm going to read this here real quick. Okay, this is from the law of one. How to be of service to others, which is one of the main reasons why we're here, right? It's. We weren't put on this earth on different islands. We're not in contact with anybody. We're a collective. We're a collective for a reason. All right. Humanity, mankind for a reason. The best way of service to others is the constant attempt to seek to share the love of the creator as is known to the inner self. Okay? To the inner self. This involves self-knowledge and the ability to open the self to the other self without hesitation. All right? This involves, shall we say, radiating that which is the essence or the heart of the mind body spirit complex. Okay? So you see how service to others is built in. We're wired for that. There's going to be a strong component. Well, moving into Virgo season, you're going to feel that strongly. So, anyone familiar with the Law of One? I feel like a lot of y'all should be here. Anyway, I won't even. All right, so. Oh, thank you so much, EOTCR. Sending love and healing energy to our Ruby girl. Yeah, and I'm. She is on a journey. She is on a journey, but I'm with her every step of the way. Bucci, you said, does music help when manifesting? Absolutely. What if you're feeling negativity, emotional triggers, especially with childhood trauma? It's subconscious candles. Listen, sound, yes, music. I'm not sure if you've heard of binaural beats. I would look into it. There's, sound is healing. Sound has been used for, again, thousands and thousands of years to heal our brain response to certain frequencies. So, again, I think I talked about this in the last live stream. Explore what frequency works best for you. It can be 300 hertz, 400 hertz, even just like a Google or even on like YouTube, just finding different frequencies, but they really do the shifts they really have a big impact. Sound is very, very healing. It's very healing. So you're going to be absolutely fine with sound as you meditate. In fact, I always have sound on. I do 432 hertz when I meditate, and sometimes I do a little bit more, like in the 500s, but it's really up to you. And again, everybody's different, and you're going to resonate differently with sound in a different way than someone else. But crystals, sound, vibrations, all of that really helps as you manifest. Has anybody been feeling like are we good? Y'all know how to manifest now? Y'all good with manifesting? Oh my gosh. Do you recommend any books to learn more about astrology and how it impacts us? Yes. I would look into, like a great book would be, if you're beginning, Astrology Decoded is great. There's like a lot of the books that I have are out of print, so I don't want to try that one first. Try that one first. That's a good one. Susan Perry, you say I've been ascending and this summer was rough. How are the eclipses going to feel? They're going to feel the way that you want it to feel. Okay. Remember, you control your reality. This is your reality. If you want it to feel absolutely amazing, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. You'll be absolutely amazing. Remember, it's just setting a new cycle. That's all it is. It's the energy that you put out there that creates your reality. All right. And yes, with energies, just know with an eclipse, I did a video. I think it was like 5 things to expect. It could have been 6 things to expect with eclipses. They're just setting new cycles. All right. And this is one. I actually like it. I like this eclipse because you are getting a preview into 2025, but also with Saturn being, it's very like we're moving into a very emotional time with the eclipse. Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. We've got Mars in Cancer. Venus is going to be moving into Scorpio. Those are all water signs, and so things are going to be a lot of your emotions maybe heightened. But remember what I said: it's emotional growth as part of this eclipse. Okay, so it can be absolutely amazing for you because it could be one chapter ending for this absolutely, exciting new one to begin. Hello, Virgo. As a Virgo, any suggestion on how we recharge ourselves after giving so much? Virgo season can be a lot. Yes, again, if you perceive it as it can be a lot, then it might be. But if you're like, oh, I'm moving into Virgo season, service to others, I'm going to be healing, I'm going to be helping, I'm excited for it, then there's your Virgo season for you. All right, your Sagittarius rising too. That's you are definitely going to have a lot. Well, you're definitely having a lot of career stuff, right? So but it is recharging yourselves. Like I said, everything, especially with manifesting, like doing all that meditation, crystals are very helpful. Sound therapy is very helpful, and a lot of y'all may be moving in a place where you're going to be exploring a lot of this. That does come up, with Virgo season as well. There is a lot of, and you would know, healing, health, all of it. And I talk more about this in your weekly forecast, so I'm not gonna go too into it again. But Bucci, you asked what about scents, candles? Senses are, again, it's all up to you. People will light sage, people will do incense, what resonates with you. Okay, I would think about the oils that go into it, whether it's see what resonates with you. But I personally do not use candle. I don't burn candles or use scents. I think that I like just that, even like the fact that with the clear quartz, just that clarity, that purity. So, but again, a lot of other people do it. So it really is, it's up to you. But yes, it can be very powerful. It can be very powerful. Okay, y'all, I'm going to wrap things up. EOTCR, when is a good date for launching a business? That's a very anytime, because you know what's going to happen anytime. Just stay out of the Mercury retrograde. You're fine. So, and we're leaving it. So I would just say not in the next 2 days. And then you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. Okay. So y'all, I apologize for the Mercury retrograde mishap that happened in the beginning of this, and I hope you got to take away everything that you need to take away from this. I hope that helped. I hope the manifestation, the key to manifesting helped. And let me know. Tell me, send me messages. Tell me things that are going on, things that you've manifested. The other thing is, don't forget, I do have someone coming in. I really love. I'm so excited for this guest coming in to talk about rising signs. What are rising signs? Why do we use rising signs? Why rising signs are important? How do rising signs, help you prepare for things like, opening up a business and whatnot? So that's going to be exciting. I will let you know weeks in advance. It will definitely happen in September. I just don't want to make anything official while Mercury's retrograde. So y'all, and thank you for being patient with me. When I was going through that thing, I'll post this so others, everyone can have this as a guide for manifesting. But I'm definitely not going to post publish the first thing where that Mercury retrograde went all crazy. But thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and know that we do have that new moon in Virgo coming up. You can start preparing for it. Remember, I say manifest every day. I manifest every day. You want to put that energy out there every day. You're going to be vibrating at high frequency. You're going to get the things that you want. You're going to be on that path that, everything that you want is right there. It's already happening. Remember, past, present, future, all happening at the same time. That reality already exists. You're on that path, okay? You're on that path. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And again, thank you for being very patient with me. And y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being members. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll do this again. I'll schedule something for September. I'm going to get past these retrogrades, but we'll talk about something else. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. Get your crystals, get everything. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. You know, you make my day. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.